Welcome
What
to
does that
chat. Don't ask. I can't read. I just gotta figure out how to. Don't be dumb. How do we make a comment though? Where do we add a comment? Why?
What does that say?
I don't know. You pay attention and I'll look.
Nobody home. There's somebody.
Oh, you flicked on and off.
How's everything going? So how do you
just talk back to say something? I don't know how to add a chat. Talk to them.
I can't read them too far away.
It says, "Hey from Missouri, how's it going?" Oh, there you are.
It's going good.
Straight
We're
pipe
trying
acres.
to. There you are. That bull looks pretty nice. Probably too big for me.
Put your phone down. So we're having trouble here. We got to try to figure out how to add comments so we can give the phone number here.
What does that say?
Hey from Kansas.
Hello.
Caleb Yoder. The phone number, if you want to call in and talk to Matt, you can tell him your phone number. It says, do you like that new feature? I'm going to figure out how to add it as a comment.
Yeah, feed truck's working good. This spring has been super dry, but there's a few tweaks we're going to do. Chris is going to come back this summer. We're going to work on a little bit more. Got a few updates and a few things that he wasn't totally happy with. We're going to get it all. We're going to get her squared away for sure. But yeah, she's pretty awesome. Choring goes pretty short now. You know, we can feed three loads in a couple hours and we're done. So.
Watching from Coopersburg, Pennsylvania. Help your YouTube algorithm enjoying your content. You're going to get some snow Monday night. No, do not say the word snow.
I don't think we're going to get any snow. It's going to be, we got like for 1.5 inches of rain though, predicted. And then it's going to be cold afterwards, the night after, like to 30. But they're still talking all rain for us and maybe thunderstorms. So
Sitting in a tractor right now, Brayton Farms.
What are you planting? Corn, I suppose, or are you one of these guys that plants the beans first?
How are you doing, Coot Banger? Oh, that a boy.
Coot Banger, that's an old hunting Sodak fan there.
Corn, he says.
I figured. We did plant 8 acres of corn just with the drill for fun the other day. I had some bags of that grazing corn left in the granary. I thought, well, the conditions were just perfect. The top inch is dry and then it's moisture and temperature's coming up. So I thought I'm going to go do it. I'll probably cut it for hay, but it's kind of fun. I'll be planting that early.
Comment you.
Hello?
How many cattle is the magic number?
For what? It's always too many to feed and never enough to sell.
You get any mail with cow stickers?
I have not got any cow stickers in the mail yet. Did I?
I haven't seen them. No. That's the thing. If you have a family or ranch or business sticker, tell them what your plan is.
Yeah, did you watch the last video? I put that Farm Sip Supreme sticker on the truck. If you want to send me a sticker and some of your stuff or whatever you got, hat or just nothing, I guess. I don't care. $100 bills.
That work better
Gopher traps, yes.
Trapper Bob.
I know.
Yes.
I did get another batch in the mail. These Gopher hawks are no good. I can't figure them out, so.
I say it could be user error, maybe.
No. So yeah, I want to put some stickers on that truck, and right now I'm not going to charge you to send me a sticker, so just fire away.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that'd be good if everybody paid me $100. I got a few thousand stickers. I could partially pay for that truck.
He said seeding is almost done in Alberta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I watched that Mike Mitchell on YouTube, and I think they're I don't know for sure. I think they're in Alberta and Saskatchewan up there a ways, and they farm a lot. And he's been going and going, and it's dry as can be. So I'm sure seeding is going great. You're just hoping for some rain. This is what happens. She says, you need to go live tonight. And then I said, well, you just leave me anyway. You just go do your thing. But
I never do.
I want her to run the show instead of me.
Oh, Saskatchewan is all in, he said. If anybody has a tip on how do you make a comment on your own live, because we want to put his phone number on there, but I can't find.
We can just read comments tonight too if you read them.
It's more dry in North Florida around the Big Bend. He said that comment said.
So the corn in Florida, though, if you go out in the country and look at the corn, how tall is the corn in Florida? I mean, is that up all a few inches, or what's it like down there? How far ahead of us are you?
So they used to get a nickel a tail for gophers out by Hoven.
Oh,
Rocky T said.
yeah. There was times when the bounty was, townships would pay a bounty, the county paid a bounty, and then some farmers would pay a little bit. And yeah, there's nobody left to trap now.
Most corn here is under irrigation.
I like these comments. If you can read them.
You might just have to write his number on a piece of paper. That's right, straight pipe paper. That's what I'm going for here. But then I have to copy it backwards, so we'll see how this goes.
You know my number. You can put it in the comments.
Yeah, but it won't stay at the top.
Has anybody ever, I was thinking of this the other day. If you took an anhydrous applicator and drove slow and put that thing a little bit deeper and then upped your anhydrous rate to like 5 times what you would normally put down, do you think you could inject enough anhydrous in the ground and hit those runs and gas them things to kill them? Has anybody ever tried that? I miss those comments.
Yeah, me too, because I'm still trying to figure out the phone number. Just fire it out, like they do on a telethon. 605-949-3234. Call in now.
If you turn the thing the other way, the comments do stay, but we can't.
We can't do that. Could you do a pivot?
Pivot of what?
You were talking about dry and stuff like that.
Oh, there's no irrigation here. It was too many hills and no water, and you'd have to drill super deep to hit a well up here in the hills. Wouldn't be feasible.
I could pull it up on here to watch the comments.
Yeah, you could do that.
I will focus here in a second. I got to get there. You go. We couldn't drink coffee tonight though because he's getting old and he can't sleep. So
yeah, I had some super bad leg cramps when I drank coffee afternoon the other day, and it was like. So we got some Redmond chocolate right in here now. It's pretty good.
Okay. Oh boy, now I'm watching us on my phone. That's scary. Okay. I could keep firing the phone number in there like every 3 seconds.
You could just read these.
Going from 80 tomorrow afternoon to 34 on Tuesday.
What's straight
Pneumonia
pipe?
weather. Ugh, straight pipe. Guys have tried that here with gophers, but didn't work real great. But I'm going to read on here. Got a lot of nitrogen in the ground. Haha.
Well, that's what I was wondering. How much is too much? I mean, before it would like start frying your crop or frying the alfalfa or the grass. And I don't know what anhydrous costs right now, but if it would be cheap, you could do it. But I don't know.
D. Johnson says, my boys like Sodak Pete. When is the next episode? We are loving Sodak Pete. Some of you that maybe isn't your thing, but we're really loving sharing the view of the ranch life through the eyes of a child or a person, kind of the wonderment. So we're hoping to do one a week. So
far Thursdays is when we've been dropping those, and she's getting faster on building them. It's quite a little bit of time to create them, even with the help of AI and the computer, but she's getting faster now. So I'm going to hold her to one a week every Thursday. Yeah.
You aren't in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Click on my comment and see if I give you the option to pin the comment. Okay, I'll go.
What's in that comment?
Click on my comment, gives you the option.
Oh.
It said I have, hold on. Keep reading. Awesome, thanks. They are excited. Well, we love it. I just love to hear that people are excited to see Sodak Pete, especially kids. I love it when adults love it too, but I love kids. So we're really excited about that. I wonder.
Can you read that one?
NH3 nitrogen is still your cheapest from nitrogen. I'll see it here in a second. Still your cheapest for nitrogen, NH3. I'm going to try to put your number on here. Thanks everybody for helping. Usually Dane does that for us, but okay.
How many people are in here? 100 and some?
You could say like the telethon 166. Call him 605-949-3234. Actually, I could log in on this phone. And because you are Sodak. You keep looking.
I'm not on Sodak on that phone. That's just a regular phone. I don't have an account. Same as yours.
You don't have an account on here? Yes, make ranching great again, he said. It's so much more fun if it is fun to comment though back to everybody. You get more. Great Falls, Montana. Oh, my college roommate was from Great Falls. Go Great Falls.
Now we got a caller.
Put it up by your thing. On speaker.
Hello.
Say who. Hello, Matty Ice. This is Tom from Illinois.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah? What's happening out there?
Oh, just trucking.
Oh, yeah? Are you hauling fertilizer or seed, or what are you hauling?
No, I haul LTL freight. So, but I watch your channel all the time, so I just wanted to give you a shout and say hello.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
So, all right, buddy. I'll take it easy.
You bet. Thanks for calling in. See ya.
Safe travels.
Bye. I guess the phones work.
There's room to call in. The phones aren't ringing. Give us a call.
The comments are fine if you read them to me.
Okay. Yeah. Well, feel free to call and we'll keep reading the comments. Hello from, oh my gosh, North Pole, Alaska. Cool. Jonesville, Virginia. Let your audience keep posting. Yes, Mayo News. I like that. Zach, you use the PTO on the Turbo Farmer for anything yet?
I have not hooked anything up to that thing. And I was just looking at it today when we were feeding. And it's like, it's surprising, you know, I really wanted one that had a PTO, but I've never had a use for it or a need for it. But yeah, I love that little Merlot for loader work, and for loader work, it's slick. I don't know. You know, I think guys have tried like hydro swinging and stuff with them, but you kind of can overdo it if you try to work them all day long with the hydrostatic and stuff. But here's a Canadian call.
Awesome. Get close to your mic. I wonder if it's close enough.
Hello.
Say hi, my name is Matt.
How's it going?
Not bad. Yourself?
Good.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm calling. Good.
You might have to turn your phone down or your YouTube down.
You might have to turn your phone down or your YouTube down. Yeah, I got it now. Hi.
Hey.
Talk a little.
Yeah, I'm calling from Ontario.
Still got his
Well,
TV.
just
I can still
talk to him.
I'm about it.
What are you watching your YouTube on? You might want to turn that down a little bit. What are you watching your YouTube on? You might want to turn that down a little bit.
Yeah, I got it down now.
There we go.
That's a lot better.
There we go.
So what's happening up there?
Not much yet.
Oh yeah. Are they farming or is it still too wet?
They're starting. We got like fertilizer on the wheat, and some guys are starting a little bit on the ground, but not much yet.
Yeah. Was the winter pretty normal, or how was that for you guys?
A little more snow this year.
Oh, it was.
And up in the peninsula here, it was real bad with snow. A lot of the barns caved in.
Oh, really?
Even barns only 2 and 3 years old were caving in.
Wow, that's no good. So were you in the farming industry, or what have you been doing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm some cash crop and like 500 beef cattle feedlot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to call and say that I appreciate your program and the way you show your affection through the life and the proudness you have of your business.
Yep.
And when I see you in the auction barn there, I wish I was there to bid on your cattle.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for watching. Yeah, we've been having a good time making these videos, meeting a lot of cool people, and yeah, I think we're making a little difference in a few things, few areas out there for sure.
Yeah, I watch how you handle the cattle and that, and
yeah,
it's interesting to me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's one of the things I really enjoy, and I've had a pipe dream kind of someday, and I'm not a guru like some of these guys, but I don't know how you ever become a guru either, of cattle handling, but I would like to go to people's place and just show them a few tricks or change a few things or techniques, and I know when I took the class with Bud Williams, it just changed my whole life. So I think I could do some of that someday, but you never enough time to get around the country and do stuff like that when you're still active, but it would be fun. And I think we could do a pretty good job of showing it on our YouTube as well, but
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about an hour and a half north of Buffalo.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been out there. Never been. I think I've been to Michigan, and that's as far east as I've been. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, about an hour and a half south of Toronto, Ontario.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, the ground conditions here, we got clay here, and in the spring and that, the mud, you got to have concrete for the cattle to be on, or they just go to sight.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And the way you feed out in the field, you can't do that here. The cattle go right down to their bellies.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're pretty lucky. This ground is basically virgin ground with the glaciers. It missed this hills. It hasn't been leveled by glaciers, so it's actual natural hills, and it's clay and rocks right to the top. So we can get on a hill and stays pretty good. But well, thanks for calling in. We'll see if anybody else wants to call in.
Yep. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
So we missed a few things. Did you buy any heifers that you bought? And do you ever consider branding?
We don't brand. We're on the eastern side of South Dakota. And yeah, we just sorted yesterday. We sorted off these oddball Wagu steers, horns, oddball heifers we didn't want. And I think we have like 173 or something, she said, in that group. So we're about halfway there. I watched the sale, Friday all day out in Fort Pierre and bid, and they got pretty high, but I feel like there's going to be a little correction. I think the market's going to keep going higher, but I feel like there's going to be some correction just for the money guys to make a little money. And if it corrects $4 or $5, that shaves off $20-$30 a head, and that'll maybe pays for some freight and get some home or whatever. But it's go time. If we're going to do it, we need to bite the bullet and buy another 170 or a couple hundred head. So.
And we recalibrate on a regular basis.
Yeah.
We push the pencils and move it up and down and sideways, and that's what everybody's got to do. So.
And I thought cows were kind of a little cheaper there for a little bit, some bred cows, and then I was gonna maybe get maybe a semi-load of bred cows, but then now I don't know. It's getting kind of late for those, but.
We have a hello from the Flint Hills of, I can't read, I think it's Kansas. Yep. And another good evening from Paul.
I think the Flint Hills, don't they turn cattle out now on the 15th or like April 15th? Isn't that turnout time? That's kind of what Corbett's always talking about.
I'm looking back on another one. Make ranching great again is one of my favorite sayings. Well, ranch saying. It says, why don't you brand here?
So we don't have to, I guess. On the eastern side of South Dakota, it's not required. And we really don't have a need to do it. We ear tag the cows, and then really got a lot of cows that don't even have ear tags in them. Our ranch is luckily all the ground we got for the most part is all hooked together, and I don't have a lot of neighbors up close to any of my stuff. There's always roads or fields or something in between us. So currently we really don't have a problem with cattle getting mixed up or anything like that.
So a guy mentioned that he has some of Dane's cattle mats and really likes them.
Cool. Yeah, Dane's mat business has been good, up and down, but steady all the time. So he doesn't come home looking for work. I know that. He's got lots of stuff going on.
One guy says, I am the guy with the error quip.
Oh,
Sure,
yeah.
it's still going strong.
I've watched a couple of your videos out there, so that's good.
I would say we could put error in a lot of our phrases, and
Most
that would
of our
match.
day
Yeah.
has some error quip in it.
Straight pipe acres. We don't have to brand up here either. We tattoo the ears of our papered cattle, though.
Well, I think in Canada, don't you guys have to put EIDs and everything? Don't you got to have them buttons and everything?
Well, here in a second. Hello from Iowa. And then Wag Tech, I don't know exactly. He said depends on the ranch, and then lots of cow-calf operations here too. Cool. I'll put your number in again. It is fun to see all the comments when you have this.
Well, if you got time to read them, what I don't like is when people do lives and they're constantly looking up at the screen super close. So as long as she reads them to me.
He doesn't want to do the creepy stare, so.
Right. What's he say there now?
He said, yeah, CCIA and RFID tags in sale cattle.
Oh.
And then Joe says, all of our land up here is connected as well. Sure makes ranching nice when you can open a gate.
Yes.
Send them out to a new pasture instead of hauling them.
Yes, that's worth a lot. And it is very, I mean, you cut your labor down by so much and cost is cut way down too. So yeah, it's very nice.
And another one says RFD buttons here. And another one, we tattoo our cattle.
You know, we put those RFDs in them EID tags in the calves for the NHTC program, but I put some in one way and some in the other way. But we had a lot of them get ripped out, and I wasn't very happy with that. And I don't know if it's the ones I put in backwards where I had the actual reader on the outside of the ear instead of the inside, but they were all getting caught and then pulling apart and ripping that neck off.
Cattleman Horse Ranch, how's it going?
Good.
Great.
Good.
Actually, the weather's been awesome, so that makes everything easier. It's going very good.
Yeah, it's borderline dry, but we're early in the season, so as long as the temperature's not 80, and we are going to, sounds like an inch of rain or a pretty good chance of rain now, so I think we'll be in good shape. But
we raise limousine cattle for my son to show in 4-H.
Never got into limousine too much. I got a couple cows from Vig I bought through the sale barn. Their limousine, probably purebred limousine. They're hanging tough. They've been here for quite a few years. I think I probably got 3 left.
Tier 1 American says, hello from Aberdeen. Are there still plans to partner with Farmer Grade?
No, we're not going to do that. It was a little bit with the labeling, wasn't going to work. But I think what we would like to try, and Dane has been kicking this idea around with me, and if we can fatten some cattle up, and then we would like to deliver the meat to you in a get some generator, or get a generator, get some freezers in our stock trailer, clean it out, put the meat in the freezer, have the generator running, and then if we could sell a couple, 2, 3 beef in one direction, let's say we go east 200, 300, 400 miles, if we can work with 2 or 3, 4, 5 people and make a plan to go that way, I think we could just sell you quarters. You know, we have a federally inspected locker, so we can get them all killed. That'll all be legit. And it's just the transportation, the shipping is what kills you. You know, you get a box of meat, and the shipping is $100 or whatever, and pretty soon you're paying double the price for what the meat is, and you're only getting a couple steaks and a little burger. Where this way, if you were willing to take a quarter or even more, the bang for your buck for everybody's sake would be a lot better.
Plus, a lot of the fun that we're having with ranching Sodak is meeting people.
Yeah, then we get to meet you too.
Yeah.
Not just mail it off.
And it turns into like a date, right? We get to go on a trip together. He only goes on a trip if there's work at the other end of it. So this could be our work, and we could go on a little trip.
So that's a possibility. We'll see. We don't have a lot right now. Well, we kind of do with Curtis's feedlot. We could definitely pull cattle out of there and butcher that way too. Same genetics, same cattle, or whatever. He's just feeding them, and he owns them now. But we could kill, if it took off, we could get more meat that way.
I think Error Quip Paul Case is like a play with words guy. He says it could be meat and meat people.
I like
I
it.
like it.
Meat and meat.
Ranching
Order up
Sodak,
your quarter
meat
of
and meat.
Order up your quarter of American Wagu for a meat and meat. Meat and meat, greet and eat. And then we'd have a grill. We could put a smoker in the back, and then we could have a steak when we got there.
That would actually be super fun.
Yeah. I like this.
We like to eat and we like to meet people. So
meet and greet and meet and eat.
We got
to coming together.
Tweak it, but Paul, send us more ideas. Straight Pipe Acres says that's why I don't put any RFID tags in until they get loaded on a trailer to be sold. Too expensive to be in the grass.
Yeah, they do fall out then, I guess.
Yeah.
So give me your ideas, or what's your opinion on this meet and greet and eat and meet idea of trying to sell meat that way?
Is that send them a text?
Makes sense, or is that just crazy talk? Is that cuckoo talk, as Kramer would say?
He's gotten better. When we first met, he couldn't really say anything unless he quoted Kramer, but now he thinks on his own again. So it's been a lot of years ago. Can't read the corner of this, but it says Straight Pipe Acres says, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I'm finding a cabin for you guys on your big goose hunt."
Oh, that's
Where's
good.
That? Is he in Canada?
He's in Saskatchewan, yeah.
Okay.
Indian Head, I think, is what his address says. But yeah, Dane looked into like a guided one, and it was pretty expensive. And I said, no, we got an inn up there. We just gotta make it all happen. Figure out the dates, figure out where you're gonna put us up, and that kind of stuff, and we'll make it all happen. I'm kind of excited.
Did that old boy call in yet with the Norwegian jokes? Mater, was it? Spit my bourbon out the last time.
I don't remember his joke.
Mater, but you know how he tells them just as dry as can be.
Yeah.
So I don't remember the exact joke, but I do remember him chattering. Question was, how many cattle do you all have?
Never enough, I guess. Like I say, too many to feed, never enough.
How's Matt's fuse these days when he's on the job? Well, Axel, yesterday he had a few flare-ups of his fuse, but we always work through it. So I've never quite figured out why all those t-shirts actually match, where it says, the man says to the wife, not to feel bad about everything they say, or I apologize for what I say with cattle. So I'm not sure what cattle do to men, but anyway, mostly he's good. All right, just got our half beef, 409 cut wrap, local in Ohio. Apple Mike.
409. What's that mean?
$4.09 or something. 4.09. I don't know. Maybe he'll tell us more. How much does pasture land sell for in your neck of the woods, or doesn't it?
I think it's been probably a year and a half since there was a real sale, but it was close to $2,000 an acre for pasture, and that was fully easement up. All the easements were sold on it, and that was just left. Cheap land. The day of cheap land is gone for the most part. And
here in the hills where we're at, it's kind of prime commodity. Like, it's rough in the winter, but it's the flat land want to bring their cattle up here in the summer, so it doesn't sell or trade renters very often up here. So we don't see a lot of that. All right. How about an update on the cattle dogs and your other dogs? Update, Millie's doing good. She's got 3 legs and gets around. I noticed now that we're driving the 4-wheeler a little bit, she gets tired. She comes out of the gates pretty hard, but then if you go a few hundred yards, she's getting tired. But a lot of work to run hard. But I think I'll train her to jump up on the 4-wheeler. She doesn't want to get on because she wants to stay on the ground and can kind of control the dogs. But St. Bernard's getting old, but I don't know. She's totally blind. She can still get along pretty good. That chocolate old lab she's plenty old. So Sparky's getting better. She's still got her attitude problem, but she is getting better all the time. She's good with cattle, but she's a tough time behaving with the other dogs. But yeah. It says, look into the meat sale. Other people do it. I like beef. That's all I eat, and deer meat. Let's see. I have a question. I can't see it behind the heart. I'll see it in a minute. Something gets blocked there for a second. Do y'all ride any horses? I'm guessing that means. So Yeah, we only have 2 left right now. When the kids were growing up, we had a horse for everybody, and we did a lot of horseback riding then because we didn't have any pasture close to home. So we had to push cattle 4 to 10 miles from home to little pastures all over the place. But now we're really fortunate to have, we did that for several years, and now we have pastures where we can open gates. I prefer horse to four-wheeler. His horse died, his favorite ranch horse, so he's a little more reluctant to jump on. But yeah, there's definitely a
If you
place
watch
for
the
horses.
preg checking videos, all the cows went through the new facility via horseback. She pushed all the cows through the tub and then into the building through the tub. So the horses in the lots are where it really works good because you save your feet. You're not getting run over by the cows in the corral. So
I love that because the cows give me a little bit of anxiety when you get them all in there a little bit snorty, but I get on that horse and they just do what I want. So I love that. This one says, put Millie in the truck. She put in all those good years for us. Have a heart, which he did. He thinks he's super tough, but he does let her in the pickup.
She does stay in the pickup now.
So, but this is the first dog ever of ours he's let in the cab.
Yeah, I don't like that, but
he has a heart. Millie's got a soft spot in his heart. So yeah. Hey, my favorite. Ooh, we got a phone call. Maddie doesn't get any better. Thanks, John.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Where are you calling from?
This is Blaine. I'm from Missouri.
Sure.
I'm a younger guy, and I've just got started into farming here, and I was just wondering what kind of advice you'd give.
Well, what other backgrounds you got, or what are you trying to do?
Well, right now I work for a cattle farmer, and he's got about 500 or 600 mama cows, and I've rented my own farm, and I bought some cows, and I just bought some short and solids.
Yep.
And I'm just going to try to turn them for now, but I just didn't know if you had any other advice.
The best thing, or the thing that always made the most sense to me is, and Greg Judy was the one that talked about it first. The first guy I read about was, you need to drive around your area and find those little farms and that ground that nobody's doing nothing with. And it could be a small one with no water or no fence or some reason why nobody wants to use it. And then you have to fill that gap, and be the guy to either get the water in there or put the fence up or whatever it takes. Or if it's just a small pasture that nobody wants to monkey with, well, you're at the monkey with stage when you're just starting out. You know what I mean? So that's the trick. If you just go out and say, well, I'm going to go buy a farm or rent a farm at full market value and then go buy cattle at full market value, you're not going to have a very good start because the margin is so tight.
Right. Right, especially in today's.
For sure. Yeah, and today it never makes great sense, but today it doesn't make much sense at all to just start up.
But I grew up in a family farm, and the guy I work for here, I think he's really he lets me use some of his equipment and stuff. And
that's good. So, that's a good thing,
Yeah. But, well, just thank you for your time. I was just.
Yeah. No, cool.
Videos. I try to watch all of them.
There you go. Yeah. Has the weather been good down there? What have you guys been dealing with?
Yeah, it's been a lot of rain. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of flooding. It's just rain, but the grass is taking off now. I think we're done with the cold spell. Freezing's over.
Right. Yeah,
We've been done feeding hay since April 15th, I think.
Okay. So
right around there.
10 days or whatever ago. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a good feeling when you can quit. And they kind of quit eating hay when the grass starts to come on. You just can't. They won't eat it. But
yeah, it's hard to keep them cows in good shape. Like
I know.
When they go to chasing that grass.
I know. They walk their wheels off to eat that, and at the end of the day, they're hungry, but they don't want to eat no hay. And we got that problem right now, which we're not going to calve yet for another. They'll start calving here in 20 days or 15 days, but they get a lot of exercise, which is good, you know, but they're chasing grass for sure.
What do you think about your holding heifers back for, you know, I've got my herd here, and I mean, I've got 30 or 40 cows, but they're all 7 and 8 years old.
Yeah.
Should I consider holding my heifers?
Well, I think a guy's got to look at that every year. And, you know, if you get set in your ways and just doing it all the time, in many years, it's cheaper to buy cows. You can buy younger cows, odds and ends and different things cheaper than raising your own. But now, right now in this market, with the value of the bred cows, I think it is cheaper to start with a heifer. But that could change, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
we are so short of mother cows that it's wild how much they're paying for an older cow right now.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I always think back, and I just saw it popped up on my phone 3 years ago this month. We bought cows, 2 semi-loads of young cows for $1,500, right? This time of year, only 3 years ago, and those same cows would bring $3,200 right now, and that's only been three years. So that's doubled. Their value has over doubled in 3 years. So we're in an unprecedented situation, and it's kind of a scary time right now. If you get
especially for a young guy like me trying to get in there, and how do I afford to be able to do this and play the game with everybody else being with things going up so high? And
and then if you get burnt, you know, let's say this thing corrects and then you're standing there and lose a bunch of value, and then the market does come down, it's like, well, now I ain't got no confidence, I ain't got no credit, and now I should be buying cows, you know, and you can't get back in. So it's a tricky time, but I mean, I would keep your day job and start slow and find them opportunities, you know, the little things. That's what adds up for sure. Yeah.
Looks like Dane just saved us. He said, call in now. Well, we have a comment that I would like to say. It said from a young dad, Tom, and he said, can you talk about raising your kids' tips and tricks?
Well, let's let this guy go here.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Alrighty, well, I was talking to you.
You bet. Take care and good luck to you.
Alrighty,
thank you. Bye.
Yep, bye.
Sorry, I just got all excited. So Tom, look who pinned the comment. Dane is our tech man. So thank you, Dane. Welcome, babe. So to address Tom, well, first of all, I mean, everybody does their own thing, right? But I think we can pick a few highlights. The good Lord is a big part of it, and a really big part of it. And then I would say you got to keep each other first, but you need to, we prioritized our kids. Like, you know, I stayed home and worked from home online. Not everybody can do that, but just put in a lot of time with your kids. And we call it flexible and firm. You know, we want to be flexible and, you know, content, but firm and set rules. And Matt, it's really great because Matt would be like doing the crazy things. And if they break their leg, they'll learn. And I'm like, no, but we're good to compliment each other that way. And also is to let them fail. You know, let them fail a little bit, like when they're little, you know, like to fall off their bike and fix it themselves, or to try to build something and all the nails bend. And we really think that, you know, that's super important, to fail on little things all throughout their life. And when you're there to kind of back them up, instead of making sure they have a fail-proof life, and then they don't know how to fight through things when they get older.
Yeah, treat them like adults. The quicker the better. Not like in a mean way, but you don't just wait till they're 18 and then say, okay, now I'm going to start treating you like an adult. You need to treat them like an adult from the beginning and within reason. And then, like I say, the little fails along the way is what builds the resilience and builds their character. If it's a safety net life and no sense of reality, and then when I always say society will straighten you out instead of the parents giving you a roadmap to get you there. Somebody's going to straighten you out someday, and you might be 40 when you get straightened out, which isn't good.
And you know, we're so thankful for the kids, and doesn't mean never raised our voices or any of those things. But I remember when our oldest Cordell was probably 11 or 12, something was happening, and Matt said, you know, this is our first time parenting too. Like we are going
I
to
told that
screw
to
up.
Cordell.
He said that to Cordell. Like, dude, we don't know exactly what we're doing. And that's the other thing is we, you know, especially me, I'm willing to apologize a lot. You know, if I not like sorry, but like when I really do screw up, I'm like, I did not mean to do that. That is not how I want to act. So, blessings to you and all of you parents out there. Just keep doing your best. And the one great quote is, when you know better, do better. So once you learn, do better.
What else you got?
Mayo News Now. He sent Dana a text saying y'all needed some help. So he saved our bacon. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ranching Sodak's my favorite channel by far. Love the new feed truck. It's a beast.
It is a beast.
You guys remember on that video when Matt was chuckling like a young teenager with a muscle car? It's pretty much still like that every day. So it is
That's pretty fun to drive. It's pretty fun to feed cows.
Here another one. Cute storybook. Love ranching.
Let's talk about Sodak Pete. Is that turning you guys off? Are you showing some
I don't
kids?
even care. I'm still going to do
I think we want to keep it on our channel. We have talked about starting another channel, but I don't think I want to. I think I just want to keep it here. I'm kind of shocked when I go out in public and meet little kids, how many little kids watch us, you know. And I thought this is a great way to, and if we keep it relevant or relatable to what we're doing, you know, in a character or a cartoon form, I think the kids can make that connection, and then hopefully they just graduate from Sodak Pete right into ranching Sodak, and then we got them, so that'll be perfect.
Yeah, we feel like it's just another little arm of who we are, you know, because we do love kids, and we're really enjoying creating these stories and the pictures, and Dane, of course, is editing and adding all kinds of fun things to it. So we're loving it and hoping that, you know, if you're not interested, you can just pass it by, but we'd love it if you watch it and for sure share it with somebody. So keep it here. It adds variety to the channel and attracts people from all ages.
That's what we're thinking too. Yeah.
Ooh, someone said I sent the video to my niece's first baby, 6 months old, so they can listen. Very good. Oh, yes. Maxville Truck and Repair did an awesome job for you guys. Yes, they did.
Who
Lynn.
is that? Is that Lynn?
Yep, that's Ted's wife.
Hey, Ted and Lynn.
You guys you're totally right though. They did, and they were so great because they're really, really talented, but they're really, really regular, nice people, which is super great to work with. So Pete is great. Hello, Matt from Alaska. It's all good. Hello from beautiful Thoreau, New Mexico. Thank you. Love your channel. Very cool. Yeah, we don't. Well, I think it's kind of cool that we're getting a lot more comments and the call-ins. Like a good, nice
I like the
combo.
comment.
I like the combo too.
I like the comments. As long as you read them to me.
As long, yeah. He can only not see when he doesn't want to see everyone. Like right now, we have a hi and a like that button.
Hi, like. How many is on here? 293 people.
My grandson dog loves your show. She watches when he's working. She only watches the dogs.
I think you're stretching it now if you think the dogs are watching.
I believe that they do pick things, so I believe that.
Maybe.
Sodak Pete pics are so cute. Love the big blue truck. Oh my gosh, maybe a book would be the big blue truck.
Well, you know, in today's world, there is a way to make all these stories into books too, but I just don't know if it's worth it. You know what I mean?
Well, what we're exploring is I'm going to print. They have like print on demand, because the hard part is if you print a whole bunch, then you sit with a whole bunch of books. But there is an option, if the quality is any good, I'm going to print one out where if you wanted one, you'd be able to order it, and then it would just take a little longer, but it would print. So
I think that's the way
we're
to go.
excited about that because I love books. I love to touch the books, and we know there's still a place for that. So we are definitely checking it out. One of the best snow goose areas is Archerwell, Saskatchewan.
Archerwell, write that down, somebody.
Well, I can write it down. Am I the somebody? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like this one. It says, more sassy pants, the better. Thank you. Actually, he is much more suited for this, but I do love to be a part of it.
Go back about 50 videos when we turned the camera to her and she would run away. We couldn't get her to talk, and now sometimes I can't even get my own channel back. She's just
heaven's
running away with
sakes.
it.
That's not even close to true.
Yeah, we're with Dane gone. It's got to be the two of us. So.
And we love to have any of our kids sneak in there once in a while, and we love to.
Yeah.
We were so fortunate to have them all back on Easter Saturday, which was wonderful. Loved it. But as the summer comes too, Cordell will be going on a job site, and Dane, of course, we try to fire it to him once in a while. But yeah, we're thankful to all be a little bit.
Trouble with Dane is we give it to him, and all he does is show them dang tire mats. So we gotta. That's all right, I guess.
I thought you told him to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How do you train your dogs, or do they learn from another dog you have?
Yeah, good question. It's a lot of guiding the instincts. I don't try any collars. There's a lot of frustration. But the longer you do it, most of them, they get their mojo figured out. But I think if you would start them younger and gave them some more basic commands, stopping and staying and waiting or going, would be beneficial in the long run. Sparky started as a pet, and then we got her, then brought her into this herd of dogs. And Millie was kind of babied as a pet, kind of because she was cute, and the kid Ellie was here, and so she's got a little attitude that way. But they know what they're supposed to do, and they're definitely helping more than they're hurting. So.
Yeah. And Matt is actually, he loses his cool once in a while, but he's really very good with dogs. And dogs, he can get them to do a lot of what he wants. So that helps a ton. And that's the same like with our labs, but it's a bit like with kids, you want to be consistent, but
that's the biggest thing. And then don't keep doing the same wrong thing forever. I mean, consistently doing the wrong thing, you're never going to get another result. I mean, you got to nip things in the butt right away, and without discouraging the dog too.
All right. Love the channel. Gives me ideas for my cattle farm. I'm going to try to make a tire water tank this year. Tired of frozen water. Yep. That BCP Farm and Trucking is going to text you a guide from Archer Well. Cool. That'd be awesome. I love to go along on the hunts just to take pictures.
Well, she's not going to go to the Canadian hunt. So
why?
You got to stay home. Me and Dane are going.
Well, I'm going to.
You have to stay home.
Maybe someday.
It'll be in September, so she'll probably have to gather bales and check cows and pull bulls and stuff, depending on how long we stay. So.
Well, that's fine.
I heard the snow goose hunting up there early can be really good. I mean, really fun. The snow geese are young and they haven't seen any decoys yet, and it's kind of a shootout if you're in the right spot. That's our goal.
A shootout. They would love a shootout with geese.
We would love to just shoot.
I guess Dane can go. You guys deserve a little bit of father-son bonding.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Greetings from deep South Texas, Rio Hondo, and Texas to be exact. I love your humor, Matt. 25,000 snow geese feeding across the road from somebody this week. Nolan.
Where's that at?
Nolan Kinsey. I don't know. Where's that at?
Where you at, Nolan? Where are these geese at? Are they up north? I mean, obviously they're way up north, right?
Your mailing address on this video. It's on our Ranching Sodak in the...
Every video, if you click on the description, and scroll all the way to the bottom, it's got...
That's what I was going to say.
You said on our video.
On our Ranching Sodak.
Every video has it in the more description.
Were you able to eradicate your mole infestation?
They're not moles, they're pocket gophers. And no, they're very vibrant and plentiful.
They're crazy everywhere this year, this spring. Everybody's got a challenge with them. It's really crazy.
What I need is a chemist to help me. I would like to create a cable, like a piece of licorice, that we could put in the ground deep enough and go right through the tunnels of these gophers, and it'd be a poisonous licorice, and it would stay in the ground for like 3 years, say, and you could go into your field one time when you plant alfalfa, like that first year or the second year, and it would always be in the ground. So they would hit that, and they would start chewing on it like a root, but it would be poison. So
And then it would deteriorate, right?
somebody can help me with that, and we'll share the millions.
Nolan is near Conquest, Saskatchewan. That's where the 25,000.
Conquest.
Mhm.
Write that down too
I'm
and see
writing.
where that's at.
Then any good hunting there besides gophers?
That's mainly trapping the gophers, so you don't really hunt them because they
well,
never
you kind
come.
of are hunting them, but it's not.
They
much
never come out of the
catching. There's no
ground. So.
catching. Yeah.
We got pretty good waterfowl when that passes through. Pheasants are decent here. You got to go farther west, maybe 150 miles west of us for pheasants. Deer hunting's here, but it's pretty privatized. Yeah, that's about it. Grouse, that's a lot of walking, not a lot of shooting.
Deer, turkey.
Turkey's all right. There again, it's hit or miss where the turkeys are at.
Is Sassy Pants a school teacher? So all kinds of things I love to do, but yes, I've been in education for like 30 years in the classroom for the first 7 years. And then once Dane was born, he and Cordell were very close in age. Then I went to teaching online. And then I spent 22 years teaching and administrating online. And now I'm an independent education consultant, mostly a ranch lady though, but I still do that on the side online, which I love. I love education and kids. And I really love working with teachers because teachers, when you impact a teacher, they impact so many kids and then you help make a difference. So I do really love helping teachers be better teachers. So let's see. Hello from Maine. Have you considered polled Akaushi? I'm slowly building a polled herd using Slater Ranch and Heart brand bulls. The L9000 is great farm truck. Yes. He loves the L. Yeah.
We just bought a bunch more Wagu bulls. And I think Curtis was saying that a lot of those now are polled or very close to being polled. And we're away from all the Akaushi. We're deep into the Wagu deal, getting higher end genetics all the time. And that's the direction we're going right now. We are going to breed a couple hundred head to some Angus bulls to give us some opportunity to either keep some heifers back, depending on market, or just to have another place to sell some cattle to, in case the feedlot is too full or whatever. But still Waguing it up.
Nolan said he built a flex pipe to hook to his truck exhaust and gas pocket gophers.
Yeah, there's a guy over here that does that with a gas engine off his Ranger, I think. I think he must put a little 2-cycle oil in the gas or something too to get her good and smoky. But there again, you got to drive around and stick it down each hole. But I mean, it might be worth doing.
We need to find a 14-year-old that wants to drive all day long and then pay them to drive around and smoke out the gophers.
Yeah. I want something simple, but I don't know if there is such a thing.
You got to find someone who's anxious to do whatever we're hoping for. And then, let's see. CP is inviting Sassy Pants to come up for a whitetail hunt, is what BCP Farm and Trucking said.
That's not fair.
I'll take you with, and I'll take pictures, and you can hunt. I love to go along and take pictures and meet the people.
Where's this at? Is this a Canadian hunt where you put some square bales in the woods and you shoot them off of a alfalfa bale in the wintertime, some chocolate horned whitetails, or where's this at?
What's chocolate horn?
Canadian bucks are all chocolate horned, aren't they? I mean, real dark brown horns from when I watch the TV.
So BCP Farm and Trucking, we got to find out where that was. The Archer.
Yeah, no, I've watched it. I've watched his channel.
Do you know where that is?
Well, I watched his channel, I guess.
Okay, maybe
he called in last time too.
Yeah, we can help. Okay. Wag Tech says, wasn't FOS toxin labeled for gophers?
It is, but how do you get it in the ground? And then it doesn't take very much. I mean, if you try to do it by hand, you're exposed to all that gas too. If it's windy and you're always playing the wind, but if it's humid and still or anything like that, you could start to get affected by it. And it's no fun to play with.
So I'm a bit of a worrier, and I'd rather be safe than sorry, and I hate chemicals. I mean, for him, because I like him a lot. So yeah, try to be as careful as we can about that. One of them was she was a preschool teacher, so she loves the story time. She mentioned the comments on that. Nolan went on an epic, has over 1,000 decoys, a guy that he teamed up with from Alaska. And they had an epic snow goose smackdown.
Okay.
That sounds fun. What is your CRP hay?
CRP is that Conservation Reserve Program. 10-year contracts. You get to hay it every 3 years or during drought situations. It's very rough hay. A lot of dead stand in there from the year before usually. A lot of that big blue, Indian grass. What's another one in there? Not necessarily switchgrass up here.
That means they tell us what we can plant onto the CRP, right? So that's what you're saying. It's
every area's got different kinds of grasses they plant it because of their area,
right.
But where we're at, I mean, it's basically filler. It's got most of the time it's like 4% protein. Yeah, it's not great. And we can
only hay at certain times based on the type of CRP, whether it's emergency hay or every
That's
third
what
year.
I let off with every 3 years.
I was writing
or
my
a
notes.
Drought.
Sorry, everybody. Double down on that. Okay. They're at Quapel. I don't know if that's how you say it. Saskatchewan, BCP Farming Truck and Heated Hunt Shack. And they're 20 miles from Straight Pipe. Oh, we have Torsten Van Heerde. He says, how many cuttings of hay do you guys get a year? We met him via phone call.
Yeah.
The other day. Hi.
Depends. Alfalfa, you get 3 if it's good. And then most of our stuff is 2 cuttings. And then the grass hay is just 1.
Very different.
Nothing like an irrigated alfalfa thing out west where you're cutting it every, 30 days for.
And even the flats, like 15 miles west of us, is a whole different.
You could get 4 cuttings on a really good year if you're really on top of it, but we're generally not on top of it, so we're lucky to get 3.
Let's see. I caught 4 moles. He calls them Gopher. They're moles at my client's property this weekend with 0 Victor leg hole traps. You know what those are?
Oh, a 0 is the number of the trap, I'm guessing.
Okay. Have you heard of that before? I'll write it down.
Well, a leg trap is just like what we use for coons, just little trap.
Flips. Okay. Yeah. This one is, have you ever visited American Water Buffalo Dairy Ranch? Their milk makes the best cheese and meat. I feel like
we watched a video on that.
Is that actually true?
Yes.
See, I'm kind of gullible, so it'd be kind of blinker fluid.
I think someone commented that last time or like a long time ago on a video, and I watched a bunch of milking water buffaloes I got down that rabbit hole for a while, and I was thinking I should have some water buffaloes. I don't want any water buffaloes.
An adventure to a ranch would be fine.
I don't think so. They were kind of weird.
Well, that could be entertaining, though. Maybe the cheese is good, he said. All right. How many cows are you planning to breed this year? Well, depends on how many heifers we get bought.
All of them.
That's really.
They won't all breed.
The heifers are the challenge but multiple hundreds is yet to be determined. Let's see. Hey there, someone said.
Hey there.
What native grass varieties are predominant in our area?
Big blue and little blue are ones. We got green needle grass. Brome grass takes over. June grass takes over, especially if you're overgrazing something. If it's extra fertile, brome grass will take over. But if there's other ones, I'm sure I don't even know what they are. Grasses, obviously, but
East River or West River?
We're East River.
The river. We're almost to the Minnesota-North Dakota corner border, so we're in a set of really cool hills that run over here. That's not typical of the East River side, which is typically flat. But yeah, we're pushing on the east side a long ways, way up in the corner. Let's see. How do you evaluate the advantages of breeding with Wagu? Do you sell private treaty or just through the sale barn? That's what we're evaluating.
All the time regularly. We're trying to figure that out. We got a good thing going working with Curtis to sell right off the farm, and that's worth a lot. I mean, we sold some in the sale barn, and it was almost $40 a head for commission and trucking. So for a while, we were sharing bulls, saving money there, and we were saving money by just moving these cattle from my place to his place. And that was adding up. When you start saying you're making an extra $100 a head on, let's just say 500 head, well, that's $50,000 that, you know, but you're giving up some weight with Wagyu. Not a ton, but you're giving up some performance.
Limited as far as, you know, Curtis is really great to work with, so it's nothing to do with him being a problem. But if you only have one really good, confident outlet, it's a little different than having hundreds of sale barns as an option. So, I mean, there's a lot of gain and then a little bit of limitation.
Well, and then, yeah, and also it's like you put a bull in there it's a 2-year deal, and you breed that cow, you don't know if that was a great decision until you're a couple years down the road. So, I mean,
now you've got 2 more
you're just
sets
playing long game all the time. So
it won't take much to get out of it if we wanted to, but it would take a year or 2 to be done with that in there.
Yeah.
I mean, the meat is wonderful. Half Wagyu meat is just really good. But I mean, regular Angus and cross is really good too. So, how many red heifers do you plan on keeping?
1.
We did only let 1 out, didn't we?
There was one little short fat one that I kind of fell in love with.
Why he kept her, but
so far 1.
Yeah. Okay. I think you need a herd of mini milking water buffalo, Matt. Then Dane would come home and milk them for you.
Yeah, you might be onto something.
That isn't. You don't even want to wish that on to Dane. That isn't nice. Okay. When I was 8 years old, I trapped pocket gophers in my uncle's pasture for 10 cents per tail.
Yeah. I'd almost be willing to pay like a few dollars right now to somebody to come out and catch them.
We tried. We had asked a neighbor kid, but he doesn't trap gophers. But we were hoping he would change his mind and just want to work full time for a month this summer, because it is really insane here right now. Let's see. Are you still letting folks come out and dig rocks? I think is below my thing.
Yeah, we're gonna have some people again this summer. We got to have our regulars. We got to give our regulars first shot. I know Steve is planning to come out again, and I hope Mike comes out and brings his wife. But there is going to be one new kid maybe for a few days, and then we're open probably to try something once we get into it. And I'm not really good at scheduling, so it's going to be kind of a short window and a short. If I feel like I need something, I'm going to send a call out, and if you're available, we're going to make it happen.
Right. But if you're interested, text him. He can text you.
Yeah, I would always start with a text. That's the easiest for me. If you got an idea or you got a plan you'd like to come out and hang out for a while and work a little bit. So yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll definitely do it.
Would you ever use Charolais bulls on your cattle?
No. Probably not. That calving is tricky. We got a lot of medium to small cows. I know Charolais, the breed, is getting a lot better for big calves, but up here, little black calves right now, I mean, they're topping the market left and right. You got a black calf, so your money ahead up here anyway.
Definitely. Black is confidently the best sale animal here.
And we calve on grass. We turn them out. We don't look at them. So I don't really want to have troubles calving.
There's a question. Can you describe Wagyu? Is it lean or marbled cuts like Angus? Is it best blended with others? I've only tried bison, elk, beef, and Wagyu burgers.
The Wagyu burger, it's really not a good test. It's kind of a joke that they even call it that, because they're throwing a lot of stuff together. And if you had Wagyu steak, you would know the difference. It's super buttery, rich. It's more marbled. It's more tender. It's got a little different flavor profile. Like I said, it's kind of buttery almost.
With a steak. But what we have is a half. Like it's a commercial cow, so a mixed Angus cow with a purebred Wagyu bull. So it's a half Wagyu. And in our opinion, and we love regular, all the meat we've been raising, but it's really good. It's a really nice addition to the meat to have that half Wagyu for the steaks and the like everything, all the cuts but the steaks we love.
If you don't know, just Google American Wagyu and just read a little bit about American Wagyu, and that's essentially what she just described, is a Angus-based cow, Wagyu bull, and that's the mixture you get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you ever had a steak, You'd probably not go back.
If you had a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, like you can eat really good, but this is just that one little step up. We've really fallen in love with that half food meat. Oh, okay. They might be. Oh, geez, it's 9:15. We might have been putting them getting late around. Yeah, it's a lot of fun though. It's so fun talking to everybody. I'm a huge rodeo fan. Would you talk about JD, how you're related in some good rodeo? I think it says maybe stories. I can't read it behind there. Yeah, so JD is my brother's son, and he has got 2 older sisters and a younger brother, and all of my brother rodeoed. Well, we rodeoed. Oh, we got a call coming.
It's from here on, South Dakota.
Nice. I'll get back to the JD story.
Call ended.
Okay. So we all rodeoed, farmed, grew up rodeoing. And
might have hung up on you.
And then my brother.
Call him back again. Hello? Hello? Are you there? Where you going?
So anyway, and my brother and his wife had kids when we didn't have kids, and so those little people spent a lot of time with us, and they're older than ours kids by little ways. And so when they graduated out of Minnesota, JD ended up in college in Missouri first, and then Oklahoma, and the girls were in Missouri, and then the youngest one, Cole, he was in SDSU, and they all rodeoed. And so yeah, I mean, it's just my sister's kids rodeo, and they're doing a great job.
Okay, pause again.
Oh.
Are you there? Yeah, can you hear me? How's it going?
Oh no. Poor thing.
He's getting more confident though. Try her again, buddy.
Anyway, and my sister's son and her husband, their son Tanner, is down in Oklahoma, and he just won that region's all-around cowboy and the reserve champ steer wrestler and calf roper. So he's headed to the CNFR. We're really happy for him. But yeah, grew up rodeoing. Our kids didn't rodeo, but we're ranching and loving that. So yeah, we love to kind of be a part of that whenever it works for us to see the family doing that stuff.
Hello.
How's it going? Hello?
Yeah.
Say, where are you from?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. How's it going up there?
You can actually hear me?
I can.
Okay, it's going good up here.
Good.
I'm calling from Saskatchewan.
I saw that on the phone there, yeah.
Okay. Because, well, you got that mole issue.
Yeah.
You call them pocket gophers. And then you're going on to this issues with your snow goose hunting.
Right.
My son and I hunt avidly.
Cool.
And we have quite a bit of equipment. I hooked up with a fellow from Alaska last fall.
Well, yeah, I think you did comment on there a little bit, yeah.
He's from South Dakota.
Oh, really?
Yes. And maybe you know him.
I don't.
They own 10,000 acres down there, and they rent it all out.
Okay.
And he flies. He's a chopper pilot for the Forestry Service. He hunts. He follows the snow geese, and he shoots. There's really no limit here.
Right.
Right. Like it's like 30, and then there's no limit on possession.
Right.
And he fills 2 freezers.
Yeah.
He hunts with a cargo van, 16-foot tandem trailer cargo van with a generator and 2 big freezers. And he fills them with snow geese, and he takes them home to Alaska.
Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of intense.
He'd love to hunt with you.
Yeah.
He'll be here. He will be here hunting next fall. Because I'm in an irrigation area.
Okay.
Like Outlook Conquest is developing irrigation, but Broderick, like where I was mentioning, I have a client there. I do outdoor services.
Okay.
And there's a hay plant there. They dehy plant 60,000 round bales of hay a year.
Right.
They put the cubes.
Yep.
For Saudi Arabia and Japan and else.
and they hired me to do some trimming. And now there's moles, so I've trapped moles my entire life. I worked at a golf course, and they had moles on the greens.
Yeah.
That definitely doesn't work.
I just used a square spade. I was watched your video how you're probing for the tunnel, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So you probe you go around, you find a fresh pile, you probe around that fresh pile till you hit the tunnel, spade and dig out a square hole.
Okay.
And I set my Lego, the number 0 Victor from Cabela's. I get them. And Victor trap, set it in there, cover it with dirt, and very seldom miss.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's, I was watching how I've tried all kinds of other traps.
Yeah, yeah.
And nothing ever really worked that is cutting out a square hole. And then you just save your grass, right? Your sod, you just stick it back in after.
Right.
And Bob's your uncle, you got no mess.
Right.
Did you want to come down here and work?
I would love to.
Yeah. It sounds like you got your hands full too with a lot of stuff
It sounds
going
like
on.
you're plenty busy, but
Yeah.
we could use a master of the gopher management.
Well, I'm going to try your idea. I like it. I got some of those leg hold traps in the shop, and I can do that. So
you get a small leg hole, and we used to. My dad made us a big family, lots of kids, put us to all kinds of crazy work. We moved buildings, so we had lots of. It's important to cover the hole so there's no light.
Right, right. I agree with that. Yeah.
And I dig the trap a little bit below their tunnel, drop it in there, and I just shift a little dirt around it, cover it up good, and then make sure you put a flag.
Yeah.
Mark it.
Yeah.
And I caught a couple on the weekend. I just figured I'd give. We're just starting spring. He's just getting underway here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an irrigation district, and the reason the geese are so good here is because a bunch of these guys are big cow operators, like 20, 30,000 cows.
Wow.
And when they come with their combines, they're kind of got cow business waiting at home, so they kind of push a little. Maybe they don't worry too much about some throwover.
Yeah.
And there's a fairly big reservoir, so the snow geese go off that reservoir feeding on these big. It's a really good prime area for snows.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll definitely need to text each other and get on a call, not on a live YouTube, and we'll make some type of plan.
If you could get a hold of that Nathan, he'll be down there this summer. He's got thousands. He's got everything. It's epic. I've hunted all my life. I've never experienced anything like his ever. So he's got a couple dogs. Yeah. He brings his dogs and his dog. It's fun. Anyways, have a good time. Hopefully you. I don't know. I just got started. My April 1st got going on this trimming, and I do trimming and mowing and spraying outdoor services, pivots and vineyards.
Sure. Well, text me.
We got kosher problems.
Yeah, text me your info when we get off the line. You can text me your info and then that Nathan's name too, or number or whatever. That'd be great.
Nolan is my name. I've got a YouTube channel. It's my name. It's Flatlander Express. Flatlander Express.
Flatlander
Express.
Express.
A couple videos, maybe 20. I got no views. I got 700 views on one.
Oh, we're gonna change that.
Well, we'll check it out, Nolan.
Okay, but anyways, I'll text you my name and number, and if you got questions about your mole issues, I can talk you through that. I see you're trying hard. All you need is a little bit of help from a friend.
There you go. Well, we're gonna try her. Have a good night. See you, Nolan.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
So, any bison ranches near here? We do have.
That was a good call there. That's how you get. Here's our nervous Huron caller.
Hey,
I think. Well, maybe he's gonna go for it this time. Hello, how you doing?
Hi.
Hey, thanks for calling in. What have you been up to?
Not much.
Yeah? You guys in the field farming yet?
Not yet.
Not yet? You watching any of the YouTube videos?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
What do you think about his new feed truck?
I like it.
Do
Yeah. Did you watch some of that Sodak Pete? Did you watch those cartoon videos?
Yeah.
Do you like them?
Yeah.
Good.
Well,
Yeah.
are you a helper on the farm? Are you
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
are?
Yeah.
Well, it's fun to hear from you. Is your mom or dad helping you with your phone call too?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. What's your favorite thing to do on the farm?
Um. Calving.
Oh yeah.
Are you guys calving right now?
We're done.
You're done. Do you have any bottle calves this year?
We're done.
And no bottle calves.
No bottle calves.
That's
Ooh,
good.
That's good. You had good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it okay if your mom and dad, if you tell us your first name?
My name is Storm.
Storm. Well, I
Cool.
love that. That's a cool name. Well, it's fun to hear from you, Storm.
Yeah.
Well, keep watching the videos, buddy.
Yep.
Thank you. Good night.
Yep. Bye. Okay.
Good night. Bye-bye. We love to hear from kids. It's exciting when they get the courage up. That is wonderful. Thanks for calling, Storm. We love that. Oh, let's see. Oh, said that fella sounds like a consultant for Caddyshack.
Yeah, he did for a second there, you know.
I love that movie. I love that movie. That's so classic. Okay, Dane jumped in and answered that question. That how long does it take? Our oldest son, Cordell, is an engineer. He's an engineer in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He went to school at South Dakota State University, and that is where his last 2 summer jobs have been, or projects have been. He'll be back there again this summer doing a water project on campus. So we'll get to zip to him a few times, or hopefully regularly, to see that stuff too. One thing left of my bucket list: come and see us as soon as I get 2 nickels to rub together. You know what? If you can get here,
Yeah.
it's not. Yes, come and visit. We'd love to have you, and then it's really then it's not
Pretty-
expensive when you get here. Easy to stay, easy to eat and hang out. So very good. Super job. I'm confused. What is Sodak?
South Dakota. So it's short for South and Dakota.
Yeah, and it's catchy, right? Yeah, of course. Hello from Southeast Minnesota. Appreciate the videos. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, should we wrap it up before
We need to go.
get tired of us?
Yeah.
It's good when they're still giving us the thumbs up. So everybody give us the thumbs up, and then we'll wrap it up before you're sick of us.
Not
And then you'll be
everybody.
happy to see us again.
Quite a few people on there though.
Yeah,
Oh, we're down.
317.
317.
Yeah, awesome.
That's pretty good.
Well, we love to hear from you. We are really enjoying doing Ranching Sodak, and we're loving Sodak Pete. And, there's so much. This is just a really big part of what life's all about, right? Meeting people and hopefully bettering each other's lives. So,
Yep. All right, folks.
ciao for now.
We're going to
Take
shut
care.
her down.
We'll see you on the next Ranching Sodak.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Good night.